Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and today this is part 13 of What If Kaguya Had the Daughter. What If Kaguya Had a Daughter? Now, if you guys can see this at the thumbnail, this is actually not mine. My friend Annie Z, he made this. So if you guys actually want to check him out, his link will be inside the description below. And with that, let's just start the video. The last part we actually left off was actually Naruto and Yaruko actually face off against the Akatsuki and rescuing Guy, but also not before Lady Chill sacrificed herself for Gara as um, as the team will actually take Gara back to the Hidden Sand, and that where the part we actually left off. It's been about right there 2 or 3 days. As right now we have to go to the Hidden Sand, and we will actually see Naruto on top of radio one building. Ever since right there they got back, Naruto and the rest of the team decided to stay here to help the Sand. As right now Naruto is actually deep in thought. He's thinking about something, his plans, and what he's going to do to change this world. But his thought will be soon cut off as he will actually hear someone behind him. Ah, how are you feeling, Naruto? As Naruto would look, he would see he is actually none other than Gaara. Huh, old friend, it's good to see you. How you feeling? Naruto would say. Gaara would say like, it's actually great having right there conqueror, like no not I mean the one tail and Shikaku right there not bothering me right there with his yapping. But still I'm actually a little bit sad that he's gone. To where Naruto would say like, I feel you. I'm sorry about that. To where Gaara would say like, so, what are you thinking of? You were deep in thought here. As Naruto would say like, I realized something, Gaara. This world is rotten. And Gaara would look at him confused. As Naruto would keep on talking. There's too much hatred. There's too much killing. The balance in this world is actually uneven. I want to change that. To a Gara who actually look at Naruto surprised. You want to change that whole shinobi world? Huh, that won't be an easy task. To a Naruto would say like, I know. As Gara would say like, well, friend, I actually right there will support you and actually wish you good luck on your journey. To a Naruto would say like, thanks, man. And to when Gara would say like, anyway, switch the topic. You and Yaruko, you got him really close. As to a Naruto will actually smile. Yeah, we actually got really close. As right now, Gara will say like, where is she even? To where Naruto will actually point down to where they will actually see a bunch of kids, and right there, there's actually Yaruko. The Yaruko that was actually playing with the kids. The kids was actually having fun, laughing. As you will see Yaruko using her powers to make the kids float, and also they will start right there like playing around, saying that you're the best, Yaruko-chan. Thank you. Yaruko right there would just actually smile. She loved playing with kids. Naruto and Gaara would smile at the scene. Wow. Not only that, she's actually not just beautiful. She's also right there good with kids. Huh. I'm actually kind of jealous of you, Naruto. Gaara would say. Naruto say like, oh, don't tell me that you started to have a crush on her too. To where Gaara would say like, no, I kinda don't. I have my eye for someone else, Gaara would say. Oh really? Who's that? Naruto would say. As Gaara would just actually have like a serious look. You know what? It's nothing. I'm pretty sure you probably will lose interest. To where Naruto would say like, try me. And Gaara would sigh. He had to just know that Naruto would not leave him alone on this topic. As Gara would say like, I can't tell you her name, but I will tell you that she has red hair and also blue eyes. As Naruto would say like, that's it. Gara would say like, that's all I can tell you. To where Naruto would say like, I'm satisfied with your answer. So to where Gara would say like, well, I better actually leave you alone. As Naruto would say like, take care, Gara. Make sure you don't push yourself. To Agara would just nod and he would just leave. And he would actually, as Naruto would go back to his thinking, as right now about like 30 minutes will pass, Naruto will still be on the same building. As time passed, as to a day became right there like noon, and noon, no, like minutes will pass until it will actually become noon, and then after it will soon become evening, to where Naruto was still on the same building. As he was just looking at the sky, it was actually pink and also orange. The sun was actually setting. There was actually some kind of beautiful scene to where one person will go walk up behind him and she would just wrap her arms around him. Don't tell me you're enjoying this scene without me. As Naruto would smile. Huh. Hey Yoriko, how are you doing? To where the now person identifies Yoriko and would say like, I actually knew you actually knew it was me. But I'm doing great. You were up here for a while. What were you thinking? As she would just sit down next to Naruto, just still resting her arms around his neck. To where Naruto would say like, I was just deep in thought, seeing that we're going to change this world. We can't leave as it is right now. To where Yoriko would say like, of course. As Naruto will actually get into like a serious face. As Yoriko will actually see this. You're mad, aren't you? About what he did to Gaara? To where Naruto will say like, yeah, we had a deal. And right there, he actually just pretty much right there broke it. He couldn't even right there achieve that simple task. To where Yoriko would say like, so what now? As Naruto would say like, we'll go see him tomorrow. Probably right there we'll leave some clones here and then we'll go and meet him. To where Yoriko would say like, yeah, I will. We will talk to him. But first, let's just enjoy the scene. To where Naruto with a smile look up to her. You're right. As Yoriko would just look to Naruto, as two of them will actually just get closer until they will actually just actually link lips. To where they will actually start kissing. About like what? 10 seconds will pass as the kiss will actually start will break apart. As saliva, you can see saliva right there separated when they actually kiss. Wow, you really actually have actually got actually better at this, Yoriko would say. As Naruto would say like, what do you mean? To where she would say like, no, nothing. I'm just thinking, like you really actually satisfies me when I actually kiss you. It's just and she would just have her that addictive smile, and she would just say like, it's just so nice. To a Naruto actually shiver. Yeah. Anyways, you were having fun with those kids earlier on. Jericho would just jump up. Of course I actually was. I love them. There's nothing in the world right there that I love more than kids. Besides you, she would say. And Naruto would say like, oh, well, don't worry. I'm sure that we will probably have one. To where Yaku would just look at him. Wait. And she would just climb on top of Naruto. Right now, she was actually in front of him. And her eyes actually was actually in a serious state. Are you saying that you want to actually are you saying you want to mate with me? Yaku would say. And Naruto would say like, okay, we can all know that. Okay, let me just tell you this, Yaku. You sneak a peek at me every time right there we change. Or sometime I'm inside the bathroom. As to a Yaku blush. Well, of course, I had to make sure right there my future right there mates. It's actually all prepared for the day that we actually, become and truly mates, as as Yariko would say. And also say like, don't worry, the day will actually soon come. And trust me, there's no other woman than you, Yariko. To where Yariko will actually just go in and she will kiss him again, but this time it'll be on the forehead. I love you, Naruto. I love you too, Yariko. As the two of them will say. Time skip. We'll fast forward all the way to the next day. As we see Naruto walking down the streets of the sand. As we will actually see construction builders doing their job. As Naruto will actually keep on walking until he will hear one voice. Naruto-kun. Unichan. As Naruto will see. Wait, Mito? He will smile as Mito will run towards him. How are you, Naruto? To where Naruto will say like, I'm fine, Mito. How are you? Yeah, I'm actually glad you can actually make it. To where Mito would say like, well, yeah, of course. I've been taking care of the injured people and also Gara, of course. To where Naruto actually think taking care of Gara, and then after it clicked to him yesterday. Oh, don't tell me Gara has a crush on his sister Mito. Even though time has actually passed, Naruto right there actually kind of forgave Mito, as she actually changed as a better person, as she actually truly proved on working their relationship. And plus, she's actually not arrogant like Memma, who pretty much right there goes around saying that he's actually the better of something. To where Mito will actually prove and also try to master the Nine-Tails chakra, but also right there try to mend her relationship with Naruto, as she actually realized her mistake of right there, like betraying Naruto, as there was nothing that a sister should do to her brother, as she forgave Naruto, as like she apologized to Naruto, but as Naruto also forgave her, seeing that she actually earned his trust, as they were actually now on good terms. As Naruto said, like, well, I actually better be off. Take care of Gara and try not to get pregnant. Naruto would say. As Mito would say, like, sure thing, Naruto. Don't worry about it. And she would just realize something. Wait, Naruto, no, I'm not. Well, me, Gara. She would say, stuttering. To where Naruto would just chuckle. Oh my God, you really are actually cute. I knew it. You like Gara, don't you? To where she would say, like, I do not. I'm just taking care of him. We're also Tamari and Conqueror. To where Naruto just rolled his eyes. Yeah, I can actually smell that Gara scent on you. And plus, your heart rate is actually beating fast. I adore you as a little sister, but try not to get pregnant, okay? As Naruto would leave with just right there, like, what? A swirling pile of leaves. As she would just leave, yeah, Naruto would leave right there, blushing Mito, as her face would actually be red, even surpassing that of her hair, putting even Kushina's and her hair in shame. As a few seconds later, Gara will come. Mito, how are you? To where Mito would see Gara, as she would just start blushing even more. Gara, I'm doing fine. How are you been? You should actually be resting, she would say. To where Gara would say, like, I'm fine. But how are you? You're red. Are you okay? He would say. To where Mito would say, like, I'm fine. I gotta go. And she would just run the opposite direction, leaving a confused Gara. But in his thought, he would just say, like, she's cute. As right now, we'll actually have a time skip to where we will actually see Naruto and Yaruko on top of one sand building. As Yaruko would say, like, you ready, Naruto? To where Naruto would just nod. He would just say, like, yeah, just one sec. As towards Naruto would go through hand signs. And he would just say, like, blood clone. As right there, two blood clones of Naruto and Yaruko will appear. Look kind of like similar towards them. As Naruto would say, like, alright, me and Yaruko are actually heading out. You two can actually stay here inside the sand and help out. And also going back to the village. And plus, I need you to do that thing to get that info from the Hokage. And try not to get spotted, okay? Naruto would say. As the two blood clones would just actually nod. Yes, Naruto-kun. Yes, Yaruko-chan. To where they will actually just go on. As right now, Yaruko would say, like, so, let's go now. And she would just open a portal. And Naruto and Yaruko will walk through. As we go right there, move our point of view. As we will actually go on to where we will actually see right there like a forest, a beautiful forest, to where there will actually be a shrine. But also next to the shrine there will be like a stream of a river, like water, whatever, a river stream. And also that there was also a waterfall. Also beautiful animals running through. This was actually a place that can actually put any right there like what holidays place like to a shame. To where a portal will just open up and Naruto and Yaruko will walk through. Wow, it's been a while since we actually been here. The place actually looks good, she would say. To where Naruto would say like, yeah, but now we actually am now on business. I know you're here, Naruto would say. Come out. We had a deal. About a few seconds later, no one would answer. To where Yaruko would say like, come on out, Black Zetsu. I'm pretty sure that you don't want to make me angry. Remember what happened last time. She would say as she would actually start releasing some of her chakra as the place would start to shake a little. as Black Zetsu would just appear. Ah, Princess Yoriko, Lord Naruto. My actually apologies. I was sleeping right there a bit. I was actually kind of tired. To where Naruto would say like, Black Zetsu, cut the crap. We had a deal about Gara. The Black Zetsu would say like, ah yes, I'm sorry about that, but you know, dude, Chiha, like Masked Man, basically was actually being forceful about this, collected the one tail. And plus, as Naruto would say, like, I thought we actually had a deal to restrict, to take the one tail Shikaku away from Gara with a safe manner to where he will not die. I know already that we were planning to revive Kaguya, and also already not to have to kill the Jinchurikis, because I see them as my actually siblings, of course. But I will not actually allow you right there to fully on kill them. Do I make myself understood? To where Black Zetsu would say like, yes, Lord Naruto, I apologize, I really am. To where Yako would say like, fine, Black Zetsu, we'll let you off. But anyways, how you been? To where Black Zetsu would say like, I've been good, Princess Yariko. You do know right there your teammates are waiting for you. As Naruto would just nod his head, saying like, okay, let's just meet them. To where they were walking towards the shrine, as as we were actually see inside the shrine, about like what, 5 people. As right now there was actually about 3 boys and 2 girls. As the one of them spoke. Ah, it's not the love couples. Long time no see. This one was actually called right there Yaman. As pretty much Yaman was actually a skilled ninja fighter. As Yaman pretty much has the ability to pretty much do blood bending or whatever. And as Naruto would say like, Yaman, it's been a long time. You're looking good. Yama would say like, I think that you two are still a couple. Have you done it already? Or are you still a virgin? To where he would get a nudge from someone beside him. And he would just, as the person right there would say like, knock it off, Yaman. Hey, Naruto, Yaruko, it's good to see you. As Yaruko would say like, it's good to see you too, Yang. As the person now identified as Yang. Yang is actually truly actually also a skilled fighter ninja, but also he has a special power. His blood is basically like a superpower, as right there he can actually turn weapons into right there super powerful ones. As for example, he can actually put his blood on a katana, and that katana will be actually super powerful, and also it can actually place curses on some things. As Yang will actually say like, it's actually good to actually see you too. As we will go on to the next person. As right there, Naruto will say like, Rose, Stell, it's good to see you too. As the person now identified as Rose Estelle. Rose was pretty much right there of a beautiful girl. She had black hair and violet eyes. And pretty much she wears a ninja outfit. As right now, Rose's abilities, she can pretty much like what? Turn herself into petals, and also like kind of like she could turn herself into like what? Cherry blossom petals. And she can actually make the blossom petals super sharp. Kind of like that one girl right there from Pain Group where she could turn herself into paper. To where she would just say like, it's good to see you, Naruto. She would say. And the other person right there would say like, it's good to see you too, Naruto and Naruto. Look like the love couple have finally actually entered the room. She would say. And this person was actually now like Rose. Uh, did I say Rose or Stella or whatever? I'll just explain her abilities. To where she actually pretty much has the ability of right there, red lightning. And she's a super skilled sword fighter. But when she actually activates the red lightning, she can kill anyone right there that comes to her path. She's truly a force to be reckoned with. As the last person, the person right there will be actually now Ring. Sorry, Ying. No, sorry, not Ying, Ring, sorry. As Ring was pretty much of a special person. He can use all chakra natures. And also not just that, he can use something that's actually called holy chakra. To where right there he got to make it like his chakra so holy that it's pretty much right there like light energy. And he can pretty much right there like blind people with it. He can pretty much make like what? A light spear and so on. He truly right there was actually gifted with chakra. As Ring would say like, It's good to see you guys. As the now right there blacklisted would say like, "Whoa, Naruto, your team is basically all here. Your older Koski members." He will say, "That's good. Anyway, let's start. We'll have a time skip. Switch point of views. We go on to the blood clone. It's been about right there a week now, seeing that Naruto and Yaruko created the blood clone. And right now, the blood clone are actually now inside the leaf. They already finished taking care of Gara and, like the sand. But right now, they're pretty much right there resting, preparing right there to go for what Naruto actually asked. So, you want to go alone? The blood clone Naruto will say. Yeah, sure thing. I pretty much want to actually do this. And plus, I have a feeling the council will pretty much right there find out, or, like the army will pretty much find out about you. I mean, you do stand out. You look exactly like your father, Minato. To where Naruto would say, like, you got a point. Just be careful, okay? As to where the blood clone Yoko would say, like, of course. And with that, she would just leave. It was actually right now nighttime. As right there, the blood clone Yaruko was actually now dressed in actually black. As she was actually just being stealthy. Going right to the Hokage's like office, tower. As right now, the Hokage's tower was pretty much being guarded by some ambus. But nothing for Yaruko to handle. She quickly just came and knocked one of the guards out, making them before that guard can actually hit the ground. She actually caught him, and also right there she actually started right there to place him on the nearby closet. And pretty much she would actually keep on doing this. I did actually alert some of the ambus, but Yariko would just do some quick hand signs and make some smoke, making them be knocked out quickly. I know they're actually pretty much ambus, but right there, I'm on a whole different level than them. To where Yariko will actually reach the Hokage's like what, um, files place, cabinet or whatever. This is where it's actually a big room where they actually store files and so on. She will actually just see, it's locked. Oh well, I can always try this. And she would just go and channel her hands into chakra, and she would just say like, I better have to be quiet with this. And with that, she would just launch right there like an air palm, and pretty much she would actually just break the lock, pushing the door right open. As Jericho would say like, it's actually been a while since I've actually done that. To where Jericho would actually just walk into to the office. It's not the Hokage's office, it's the files office. So yeah, as she would start looking around. She would actually start looking and see some files, but she actually see one. And she will go to one cabinet. The Hokage's are their files. This is something that she needs. And she will go through searching for it. As about right there 5 minutes will pass, she will actually found one. Found it. Yes. This is what right there Lord Naruto needs. Well, kind of Naruto. I am a blood clone. But still, I just know Naruto. He's not actually going to dispel me, of course. As before she can actually go, something actually drops. Huh? What's that? To where she will actually pick up. She will find something that actually really actually shock her and make her really angry. And she would just start releasing so much of her chakra. The place started to shake. But she had to calm down. She didn't want to attract attention. To where she will actually see inside just one letter. This is for the councils and private letter only. We are actually hereby actually making Yariko the mate and also the husband of Memma Uzumaki. But not just that, she will also be right there like mating with actually the clan heads. For example, like Kiba, like from Kiba, and like Neji, Lee, the top ninjas of Soyeon, to actually make actually stronger their children for actually the great Fire Nation, for them to have strong children. She would see right there is actually signed by actually all the council and also the Hokage too. She was actually the look of this. Naruto's not on this list. How dare they? I couldn't actually care less about all of them, but my Naruto is the only one I'm actually being with. How dare they use me like this? Even though I'm actually not part of the leaf, I will still destroy them. You know what? Before I can give this fire, I think I should actually have some fun. To where she would just actually she would just teleport. She would just actually teleport to different random locations. As right now, she would go to one house and she would collect right there like somebody from that house. As this was actually the council's house. This is where they were actually staying. As right there, she would collect one of the council members that actually pretty much signed the letters. As right now, she would keep on doing this, going to different council people's house, even Sakura's house. As Sakura was pretty much out, as she would go and teleport into Sakura's house. As Sakura's mom and dad would say like, "Who are you?" To where Yariko would quickly actually, as she came, knock them out completely. About right there, we'll actually have a time skip for about 1 hour. Right now, we see Yariko already in one weird dungeon place. As right now, Yariko actually captured all the council people, the old people, and so on, not the clan heads. As right now, the old council was right now actually chained, and right there, Yariko would just look at the scene. I'm pretty much gonna have my fun with them. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna wait for them to wake up. It's not gonna be fun torturing them, of course. To where, guys, this is actually gonna be a torture scene. So if you guys don't like it, then you guys can, like skip or fast forward. I actually don't know. To where, right now, about like a few minutes will pass. All the council people will wake up. Where are we? They will all say. What happened? We were kidnapped. Whoever are you, you better show yourself. We are right there at the council of the hidden leaf. You capturing us just made enemies with the most greatest right there like nation of all. Show yourself, one of the council member would say. As Yoriko would actually just walk up inside the middle of the room. Well, it seems like you're actually awake. Yoriko, you're here. Great. Release us right now. We actually have to report this to the Hokage. I know I can actually count someone as skilled as you. So Yoriko will actually pretty much just shoot one lightning bolt towards the council. And ready to shock him completely, making him go on the ground. You filthy actually right there like humans. How dare you actually say that to me? Release you? You actually really think I'll release someone as you? As you actually try to actually use me as breeding stock? To where she would just show right there the letter. As right now the council would just be like shocked. How did you know that? To where Yariko would say like, it's my little secret. To where one of the council members would say like, you should be actually happy. We got you away from that demon. And right now you can actually be with someone proper, like Memma and some of the clan heads. You'll be perfect. To where she will actually be mad about it. And she was just shoot one bolt of lightning toward the council. How dare you talk that way towards my Naruto? I'll kill you all. To where they will say like, you can't kill us. The army will be on our way and you'll be actually right there totally punished. To where Yariko will say like, I doubt that. We're actually in a special place. We're not actually inside right there like the human realm actually. We're in a different dimension actually. To where the council will say like, what do you mean? To where Yariko will say like, you're pretty much dead. So there's no need for me to tell you. As right there, she would just say like, I'll actually start with you. I really hated your daughter Sakura. And she would look towards Mrs. Haruno. To where Mr. Haruno would say like, don't you dare touch my wife. To where Naruko would say like, your wife? Oh please, I have something right there that you should know. And she would just go and she would show one picture. As Mr. Haruno would be in shock. No, you're lying. To where he would just look towards Mrs. Haruno and she would have her head down. And right there she would just say like, yes, you see, your wife, Mrs. Haruno, has been sleeping with some of the council members. And you would see like a picture of her right there, like, like being right there, like what, used by different councils, as they have pleasure on their face, and you will see right there wife stuff and like on Mrs. Haruno's enjoying the scene, and she would just say like, oh, Sakura is not really your daughter actually. I actually don't know who member daughter it is. She's pretty much got pregnant. Like I don't know. I couldn't really care less. But heck, it doesn't really matter. I actually hate skanks, especially sluts like you. And she would just go towards Mrs. Haruno, and she would pretty much just rip her clothes, making her be bare naked. As right now, she would just feel like, I guess right there I can actually have some fun with you. To where she would just actually just go and summon right there like her chakra into her fist. And she would just pretty much slam it towards Mrs. Haruno's stomach, making her cough right there like saliva. You bitch. To where Yariko would say like, you call me a bitch? Huh, at least I'm not a slut. to where she would just slap Mrs. Harno with it also a chakra infused into her hand, making it right there leave a large imprint. So she would just say like, I guess right there I can actually pretty much have total fun with you. To where she would just use her lightning and she would just shock Mrs. Harno. She would start screaming. No, that's too soft. Here, let me actually start doing this. And she would just use her purple chakra. And she would just twist the purple chakra would actually, like form around Mrs. Harno's right hand. And right there, her right hand would start bending all over the place, start twisting. And right now, she would start screaming in pain. You could hear bones cracking. Her whole right arm is actually starting to break. And she screams in pain, telling her to stop it, please. To where right there, eventually right there, Yako actually stops. But right now, her whole right arm is basically twisted. Looks like a giant pretzel or whatever. Disgusting. To where she would just say like, no. Now that's actually a beautiful scene. And with that, she started to do it to the rest of the council people. For right there, her to be actually used like this. As as right now, the council will be screaming in pain as all their body will start twisting. A Yoko will actually just twist their legs. As right there, she would twist their toes, making their toes fall out. And she would just actually start to do some of the things that Jason did to Kaneki, ripping it like his toenails and sewing on, making them break their minds, getting right there redhead centipede entering their bodies, saying right there 1,000 minus 7. A deal was actually thought to be an agonizing session, to where she would actually just go, she would even go and use her water style jutsu, to where she would just mostly drown them with water, but also bring them back to life, torturing them again and again and again. Towards she has something special for Mrs. Harno. You know what? I think I'm pretty much gonna break you even more. To where she will actually just say like you. And she would just heal right there one of the council members to full strength. But still, she just actually plays one special like seal on him. But right there now his eyes are pretty much blood red. And she would just say like, and also you. Place right there another seal. And she would heal him too. And right there now his eyes are blood red. I think right there you want to actually treat her as a slut. You can do whatever you want with her. What I mean, you can rape her. To where the two of them would nod, and they will actually start right there the violation of Mrs. Harno. To where she would just start screaming in pain, but also right there in pleasure. Yes, yes, as Mr. Harno will actually look at the scene. How could you? You're a devil. To where she would say like, no, I'm an Suzuki. You should actually not feel anything towards her. She cheated on you. To where she will actually just see like Mrs. Harno being violated and also right there being slammed around right there, being tossed as a used like what? Toy. After that, about 2 hours will pass. After that, you see Mrs. Harno brutally right there like what? On the ground. And you will see white stuff all around her. Right now she'll be in pleasure. And she would just say like, you pretty much got off the easy way. I think I'm pretty much right there will have more fun with you myself. To where she would just kick her right there out of her right there thoughts, pleasure thoughts. And she would just snap back to reality. What? And she would just actually just step on Mrs. Harno's face. You actually a filthy ass scum, aren't you? You should lick my boots. And then I'll probably might leave and let you leave. To where she would say, I will not lick your boots. To where she would actually just be slammed to the ground, making her forehead bleed. As right now, as her forehead is bleeding, she would just start licking right there her boots. As Yuriko will actually be pleased with the scenes. You're nothing more but just my pets. You know what? Seeing that you are right there, pretty much right there, like what? Nearly broken. I think I might have some fun with you. And she would put them all into like a genjutsu. And this genjutsu was pretty much the powerful one of yet. She would, as this genjutsu would pretty much actually make them experience the worst pain, torture, pleasure ever. To where they will be actually killed and remade, over and over. And right there for Mrs. Harno, she'd be like put into her own special genjutsu, her being actually violated by right there like a group of guys until right there she starts she couldn't take more of it, of this actually like what torture. She would just start screaming right there, telling her to stop. To where Yariko would say like, no, I'm gonna keep you alive actually. I have something special for you. As she would actually just leave in the swollen right there like what vortex. and she will appear right inside like what Naruto's room, and she would have seen Naruto basically actually shirtless, just doing his exercise. As right there, as Naruto said like, Yaruko, you took so long. What happened? To when Yaruko would show right there like Naruto, the blood clone Naruto, um, the paper, what the council would do. As Naruto would get mad. What this I don't understand. As Yaruko would say like, yeah, they're trying to even use me. To where Naruto would say like, that won't happen. I'll actually kill them right now. To where Yaruko would say like, there's no need. I did one of my special torture. And Naruto actually gulp. Oh God. Even though Yaruko may be sweet and innocent and so on, when it comes to torture, she loves it. And she can go totally psycho on that. To where Naruto would say like, what did you do to them? He would say, asking shakily. To where Yaruko would say like, I put them on actually the worst torture of all. I violated, of course, ripping them away from their dignity and their rights. I put them actually now under right there nearly an infamous genjutsu. For Mrs. Harno, she pretty much has a special genjutsu for her to be actually violated in all ways. She has no rights. To where Naruto actually start chuckling. Oh God, she actually did a torture on him for not actually obeying her as we did. Yaruko say like, when the real Naruto and Yaruko comes back, we'll give them to them and also the information. As Naruto does not. Yeah, sure. Alright there guys, I'm pretty much going to end the video. I know that part was actually a little bit dark, but I was working with Annie Z, so we got some ideas. So if you guys like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys inside the next one. Peace.